What is going on, Hater Nation? It's Topher. Man, has 2015 been a very strange year for me. Let me just put it that way. First, the gameplay, playing some core. I know I don't put a lot of core gameplay on here, but decided to go ham on Fringe here, playing some Domination, and I'm going to go over how I play Domination on Fringe. As you can see right here, I'm watching the flank on the left of our spawn. It's very important to watch your flanks in Domination, especially on a Treyarch title, because it's mostly 3 to 4 lanes, which is the best, in my opinion, the best type of Call of Duty. Has a lot of lanes. It's at least 3 to 4 lanes. It's just a lot easier to figure out where people are coming from, figure out what you're doing. As you can see here, I'm coming back around because we have some people that are flanking our left side. And this area, especially when you have control of A-Dom, is going to be very heavily trafficked. This left corridor right here. This door is going to stop a lot of your flanks. Most of your flanks are going to come this way. They will come tracks, which is on the right, but most of the time they're going to go left. And there's a couple different spots you can basically watch the flank, or camp, as some people like to hate on or call it. I call it strategically planning to shit on your enemy. That's what I like to call it. But watching your left flank and then watching your right flank is going to assure that you don't get spawn flipped or that you don't get overtaken. As you can see here, I'm just primarily just watching the left flank. And I'll double back to watch the right flank and center, as you can see me doing here. As soon as I see that somebody's actually on B, I'll come back, and then I go right back to watching the flank. Because I guarantee you, there's going to be somebody coming back through here. As you can see here, I'm putting down my airstrike, or my stealth bomber. And another thing about this game that I noticed, you saw the pattern was mostly in their spawn, but watch what happens to me right here with my stealth. I end up killing myself with my own stealth bomber because it didn't stay to the map. So whichever direction the arrows are pointing towards, plan on it going a little bit past that, especially if you're playing hardcore, because you will team kill if you're not careful. Again, I'm watching my left flank. I'm wearing dead silence and awareness so that I can hear people running up. Again, primarily watching the left flank. I will come center if people are in there, because people will like to flip and get into the house. They'll either go left or right flank and get into the house, and then try to take A. You're also going to always, 90% of the time in this map, you're going to have somebody held up in the barn or in the window of the house. I hear them right here again. I wait for them. I get rid of them. And there was a couple other ones. But there was people there to help watch. As I'm coming through here, I use the wall runs a lot in order to get around the map. That didn't work out so well for me. But I know that they're coming in through the spawn somewhere. Most of the time when they come through that left flank, they're going to go up to the window, which is directly behind me, into the house. If they go right flank, they're going to go straight for A. So that's why I watch left flank, and then I start to watch A. And then if I notice that they're center, I'll go center too. When you're on the A side, this is a good spot to get kills. This is a good spot to control the spawn. If you're holding your flank, you're going to control the spawn. Another person you always want to watch out for is the guy that's where I'm at, which is that truck, if we're on the other side. Because that guy will be able to watch middle spawn and watch hardware, which is that window, which is directly right there where I'm aiming at. As you can see, somebody's in hardware. That position's really important to helping grab B. So if you can keep that clear, I have somebody watching it. If they don't go hardware, they're going to come full left flank, which is right here. And as you can see, I'm just holding it down. That's all I'm doing, is I'm holding it down. I hear them again. I use glitch, but kind of get shit on for it too. So that's the A side. C side's a little bit different, because there's only one corridor to go left when you're on A side. If they're not going that corridor, they're going to go hardware. But on the C side, you've got backside tracks around the barn. You've got the door coming out of the tracks. And then on the right side, you've got this door here in front of C, and you've also got the alley, which is directly behind me. That's why A spawn is the best spawn. The less areas that you have to watch flanks for is the spawn that you want to grab. It's a lot easier to control the map. And as you can see, that's what we're trying to do right here. We're going to try and grab that. I'm going to try and grab that A spawn because it's a lot better, especially if you're playing by yourself and you can control that spawn flip. It's a lot better to grab A on Fringe. 99% of the time, the team that has the A spawn and controls the A spawn the most is going to win the game. As you can see here, I'm going to go through hardware. As you can see here, I'm going to try and grab B. B is pretty hard to grab as if the enemy is really controlling the spawns well. Getting behind this truck is really key. And this spot right here is key as well. Again, dead silence and awareness. Almost a must-have. Another perk that I've noticed, which is a crutch perk in core, is that Sixth Sense perk. A lot of people in public lobbies, in public match, are going to be running Sixth Sense. So you really want to watch it. That's why you want to make sure you're eliminating people that are on kill streaks. Kill streaks are really going to hamper it. They're really going to hamper what you're trying to do. Can't believe I actually got that care pack right there. But as you see, I grab A, and for some reason we're still flipping because they're primarily set up on A, and my teammates are on A and on C, so it's really flipping spawns. Like I said, the A spawn is the best spawn. It's the spawn that you're going to want when you're playing Domination on Fringe. Tracks is a tricky thing too, because if you're playing a sub, they have to be about halfway down tracks in order to really be effective with a sub. Long distance you want a pop shot, but most of the time, when they're running an assault rifle or an LMG or a sniper, you're going to lose that gunfight. So, on tracks, when you have A spawn, you want to run an AR, LMG, or a sniper, and you want somebody to be good at it when they're running it. Now, I'm grabbing C spawn just because I want to try and get the most points possible. And we're already winning. I just want to make sure that we're going to get the win quickly before they decide to actually try and dominate. And in this game, it's so easy to get dominated quickly, even if you're winning. And I think at one point we actually do get dominated for a minute. Not a minute. For a few seconds, we get dominated. But from the C spawn, again, making sure to grab B. This area right here is really good to watch because they'll spawn here, as well as right over here by the truck. They're going to spawn. So if you're in this position, make sure that you're watching the A spawn. I almost got shit on by that guy with the flamethrower right there. And I kind of shit on this guy. Again, A spawn and around the backside past the truck is going to be the best place to assure they're spawning in the direction you want them to spawn at. I would suggest in this position, you could use a sub, but you want to use a sub you're going to be very familiar with and very good at aiming with. Nothing that's going to hop around, something that's going to do a lot of damage, especially with headshots or mid-body shots. Is because when they do spawn left, they're going to spawn in a frenzy. As you can see here, I had somebody spawn tracks, I had somebody spawn over at the back side of the dome right there. And on the right side, they're going to spawn over by the silos, they're going to spawn over again by that corridor that I was talking about. I don't know how this guy didn't know that I was there. I start to grab A again, just to get the domination, and I get shit on. But again, A spawn's predominantly what you're going to want. The A spawn is going to give you the best percentage in order to win the match on Fringe. As you can see, like I said, we do get dominated here for a minute. But we do at least get one, and I think we get B as well, just to end the round. So that's pretty much Fringe in a handshell, or in a nutshell, excuse me. Fringe in a nutshell. You want A Dom, you want B, and you don't want to spawn flip. Keeping A Dom is going to assure that you're keeping those points up. If you do get spawn flipped, immediately try to push back around in order to get the A Dom. But this has been Topher, the Hater Nation. Let's see what I end up going here. I do get the final kill cam, which is kind of nice. Don't play a lot of core. I do love core, though. I think I end up going like 30-something and 19 with 3 caps. Let's see what I went here.
Like sticks and stones against tanks.
Let's see. 37 and 14. 8 captures, 5 defenses. That's all she wrote, folks. Later, haters.